Good morning, this is Eric Miscoll with EMSNOW here on the final day of IPC Apex 2020 in San Diego. Grab Mitch from Cogiscan to come in and share a little with us today. Now, Mitch, thank you for taking the time, by the way.
My pleasure. It's great to be here. Thanks, Eric.
And let's start by what you're in charge of, what you work with is your partner program. Why don't you kind of explain to people what that's all about?
Sure. Yeah. The Cogiscan Equipment Partner Program, which I'm responsible for, is focused on enabling our forward-thinking equipment companies that we work with to leverage the track, trace, and control solutions that we've been developing and supporting for 20 years now, and then also our connectivity platform. So our goal is really to provide an extension to their internal IT resources to help them meet customer needs, keep up with current trends, and ultimately sell more machines.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now, the connectivity piece of it, I mean, that's what you're all about. It's all, what's the tagline? But first connect, right?
First connect, that's right.
First connect, so, which leverages the CFX, but other protocols as well, right? So why don't you tell us about that?
Sure. Yeah, our Connect platform is basically designed to enable a piece of equipment, regardless of the type of equipment it is or the brand name, to connect to other systems in the factory. So if you go to any PCB assembly factory, you'll see many disparate and autonomous machines that come from different vendors doing whatever they're best in class at. But in this modern world of smart factory, the customers want these systems to somehow be connected to one another so that you can leverage the data that's coming from each data source in a holistic line solution. So our Connect platform is designed to enable this type of data sharing, and with the emergence of IPC CFX, which a lot of people at this show are talking about, more and more customers now are asking for this from their suppliers. So if I'm an equipment vendor and I realize, or when I inevitably realize I need to have a CFX offering, which most of them are now realizing, it becomes a make versus buy type of study. Now, if they decide to develop their own solution, then they're tying up internal resources, not only for the development of the solution, but also for the maintenance of it. Right. CFX is a great standard, but it's also a very young standard. So now that people are implementing it, we foresee that there will be quite a bit of updates required, changes required. As more and more people use it, they're going to ask for more data flows to be incorporated into the standard. So that means if I'm an equipment company, I need to tie up engineering resources to develop this solution and then maintain it. At Cogiscan, we're already committed to offering a CFX product and offering a solution to several of our partners already. They're already actually selling it to their customers, I'm proud to report. And so other companies throughout our partner ecosystem can take advantage of the fact that we're doing this and leverage our R&D on that. And instead of consuming an internal resource on a feature that's not really a differentiator, they can focus their resources. Say if I'm an AOI company, I can focus my resources instead on AOI specific differentiators that's going to help my machine be different, and then utilize Cogiscan for the CFX standard, which isn't so much a differentiator, it's more of a kind of a must-have in this modern era.
Yes,
yeah, exactly. Right. And one last piece is just that we're also pricing Connect and offering it in sort of a standalone format so that we can provide a very lightweight, small footprint application that would run on the equipment vendor's machine. So you don't have to buy a big server or anything like that. We've packaged it specifically so that it can easily be sold by an equipment partner at a very low price and without requiring added infrastructure, which is very important.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny when you talk about the make or buy, it's akin to what the OEMs went through relative to outsourcing in the first place decades ago,
That's
right?
a perfect analogy, yeah.
It's the make or buy, and what are your core competencies, right? And what do you need to focus on?
Yeah.
And you guys did the kind of the charts to help people with those decision making, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is a cool tool. Here I'm gesturing, they'll see what it is. But once you're in with the people then, the challenge then is to expand it. So how do you expand business then?
Well, that's a good question. So in our case, again, we've intentionally designed Connect to be very lightweight, small footprint, low infrastructure. so that it's easy for people to implement. But it is still based on Cogiscan's standard way of doing things. It's based on our TTC platform in a sense that it's utilizing all the same technology that we would use when we're doing a traceability project or when we're doing our line monitoring and productivity monitoring or factory analytics. So it's a small piece of Cogiscan. So from the equipment vendor's perspective, I think one of the reasons that some of our partners are really choosing us is because of the fact that they're not only solving the CFX issue or some other type of connectivity issue, they're also giving their customers a growth path. So in the future, for example, if a customer needs CFX, they could utilize what we're offering with this program, but at the same time, if they have traceability or other types of needs outside of that, this system could be connected to our Cogiscan TT server in the future and become a fully blown track trace and control solution for the whole factory, if that's what they wanted. No. If they just want the CFX piece, then they keep the small piece. Right. But they still have that growth path available to them. So, with everybody wanting to provide a more intelligent manufacturing solution, we always get asked, well, what's the growth path? If I start with this, what else can I do down the road with this tool? And so everything that Cogiscan can do can be added to our Connect platform. So it's really not limited in any way in terms of scope, in terms of where we could take these types of solutions.
And as you said, right, I mean, CFX is a young standard, the whole Industry 4.0 and what everybody is chasing, that's still arguably in its infancy, right? So we're all curious to see what it becomes when it grows up.
Everything is very fluid right now. There's a lot of moving parts, and so the best way to protect yourself is to get a system that can grow and expand and be flexible and nimble. Nobody knows what tomorrow's challenges are going to be, so we're doing our best to help our equipment partners provide solutions to their customers so that their customers can be future-proofed at least as much as possible based on what we know today.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. Well, I appreciate the time, and hopefully we catch up later in the year and
Always
get more
good to
updates
see you, Eric.
on it.
Thanks a lot.
Mitch, thank you, sir.